So, Cappy, back to the JJ thing real quick.
Yeah.
Here's the one thing I think JJ is going to really have to deal with, and I don't know how he's going to tread this, okay, and like maneuver around this. Wouldn't you say that in professional sports, the head coach generally takes the bullets for his players very regularly, right?
Okay, I'll buy that.
Right. I mean, like, let's say a player makes a massive mistake, right?
Mm-hmm.
99 out of 100 times, doesn't the head coach usually say, oh, that's on me, blah, blah, blah. Unless it's so egregious that he can't defend. Usually the coach takes the bullets, right, for the players.
Right. It's on me. I'm the head coach. I'm responsible. So, yeah, whatever he did, it's on me. Unless you're Darvin, because Darvin started to kind of push things on other people.
Right, but not at the beginning. Not at the beginning.
All right.
And
then he did. He started, like, the heat picked up, and he's like, all right, it wasn't my fault. It was his fault.
Yeah.
He sucks.
So anyway, but that JJ can't do that. I mean, he's going to do that. And it's the right move, but if he does that, people are gonna be like, "Oh, first-time head coach. See, look how many mistakes he's making. He's taking the he's the guy. He's the reason that these things are going wrong. It's not the player's fault. He's admitting it's his fault. And this is a terrible hire. Like he's between a rock and a hard place because the coach's job is normally to take the brunt of that stuff. And if he does it, people are going to say, oh, he's unqualified. Look how many mistakes he's making. He's even admitting it.
You know what I would do if I were JJ Redick?
What?
I'd blame it on my 2 assistant coaches. I'd say, you see these 2 guys right
here?
Scott
Brooks and Nate McMillan?
Right. See these 2 guys right here?
Yeah,
these
but that's
2 guys
not going to happen either.
They're experienced former NBA head coaches. I hired these guys to make me look good. They stink, these 2 guys. They're horrible.
But do you agree with me that is a really tough spot that normally the coach can normally rely upon and be like, hey, I'm just going to take the brunt of it and we'll be fine. But he can't because he's never coached at this level.
Yeah. Well, listen, he's going to have a lot of other problems along the way, which is, and this is what we were talking about just before. When Jared Dudley takes his friendly little swipe, and we all may say, oh, it's just in good fun. Of course it's in good fun. But is it not based in truth? As we were having that conversation, I'm sure you saw your text. Mason sent a text and said, don't you guys see? JJ Redick got to the front of the line. He cut to the front of the line. He didn't have to do what Jared Dudley is finding himself having to do, which is now grind his way from entry-level, coach that is probably just getting coffee for the other coaches and breaking down film to now he's moving up the chairs, moving closer to the head coach because he's trying to become a head coach. He hasn't gone through the grind. And J.J. Redick got the job that he got for 2 reasons, 3 reasons. 1, he was a smart basketball man. 2, he displayed those smarts on ESPN. And 3, he was LeBron's podcast partner. And that is, to me, an even bigger issue that people are going to constantly pick at him until, by the way, George, because the comp that I gave you was John Lynch. People beat up on John Lynch for getting the job that he, quote-unquote, wasn't qualified for. And then they stopped beating up on him once the Niners became good.
Right, yeah.
So if the Lakers are good, JJ ain't going to have no problems.
Right.
But if the Lakers are bad, they're all going to point their finger right at him.
Oh, there's no question about it. He absolutely is between a rock and a hard place. And that means that LeBron and AD and those guys, everybody's going to have to play to a specific level. But I think Grant in LA, who is one of our favorite listeners, has a great point in the Circle of Trust right now.
What's he saying?
He says that the season is going to be fascinating for a number of reasons, but specifically because we're going to see how much coaching matters in this scenario. Like, we're going to see if there is a difference, right, between what Darvin was doing and what JJ's doing. And again, there's going to be a learning curve, so there's going to be some time that we're going to have to see how this evolves. But they didn't do anything really this offseason. They're banking on a healthy Gabe Vincent, a healthy Jared Vanderbilt, and that's it. Like that's what they're banking on. They're banking on that being their upgrade.